Hello everybody, I'm Jacob, and I'm here to give you all my WrestleMania 29 review, my thoughts, what I think of the show overall. Yeah, I'm a couple days late, I know, but I'm a college student, I have a full-time job, so I'm doing what I can for this channel. But yeah, I saw WrestleMania 29 on Sunday with a friend of mine at a friend of his house, and overall, WrestleMania 29 was disappointing. You know, the three big matches delivered, some better than others, but the rest of the undercard, well, didn't. You know, for a long time, this just felt like a 4-hour big episode of Raw. You know, a 4-hour episode of Raw in front of 80,000 fans. That's what it felt like a lot of the time. Up until we got to Punk Taker, that's how it felt like. It just didn't really feel like a WrestleMania show. It's funny because it started out pretty good, but the matches just weren't that WrestleMania quality that we're used to. There wasn't a bad match on the show, okay? None of the matches were bad. They just weren't, you know, WrestleMania quality. So let's just go down match by match. Let me be more specific about what I liked, didn't like. I did not watch the pre-show, so I can't comment on The Miz beating Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. That's cool. Of course, now Barrett's the Intercontinental Champion again. I'm going to do a separate video on my thoughts of Monday's Raw, which I plan to do right after this video. So, I'm not going to talk about the pre-show. I didn't watch it, so I can't comment on it. Also, the 8 mixed person tag match that I was worried about ended up not being on the show. So, don't even worry about that. So, the first match of the night was Sheamus, Big Show, Randy Orton versus The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And we were all surprised that this was the opening match. Like when we first heard, I think when Sheamus came out first, when we first heard his theme, we saw him come out, we were all like, huh, what, this is going to be opening the night? Looking back at the whole show, though, I think it was good that this was the opening match. I couldn't think of a better way to open it now. Seeing the whole show, I couldn't think of a better way to open the night. So yeah, it was The Shield versus them. It was a good match. It was a very fun way to start the show, I think. And just looking at The Shield, particularly Dean Ambrose, you can just tell they were just absolutely honored and thrilled to be at WrestleMania. I mean, Dean Ambrose, he was just yelling, he was screaming, he was having a great time. You know, 3 young guys at that making their WrestleMania debut, of course that'd be great for them. And they put out it was a pretty good match, you know. Of course, me and a friend of mine, we determined pretty early that Big Show was going to cost the team to win. And I say cost for a reason. Right when, at first when they didn't tag Show in, we knew, yep, that was it. Show was going to be the cause of something's going to happen with that. So so when Show ended up knocking out both Orton and Sheamus, we weren't surprised. And when they lost the match, we weren't surprised. So, and when the announcers tried to say how, Big Show, what are you doing? Big Show, oh, Big Show, you I don't blame Big Show. I don't believe the announcers trying to pass off that this was Big Show's fault. Orton, if anything, got his team screwed out. Thank you, JBL, for pointing that out on commentary. It was a good way to open up the match. They had some fun spots in it, like of course when Big Show just repeatedly slapped Ambrose in the chest, and when Sheamus did his old pounding, I think it was Rollins' chest. It was a good fun match, a good fun way to open up the show. And the Shield won like I thought they would have and should have. So yeah, it was a good match. Next was Ryback versus Mark Henry. Now, if you remember my prediction, I said this could either be a fun big man match, or it could be really slow and boring. the fact that I was more focused on my chips and dip while watching the match should let you know how entertaining this match was. This really was not that great a match. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but knowing what these two can really do, and considering the fact that it was WrestleMania, yeah, they can really do. They could do more. They could have done more in this match, you know. This just was slow. It was boring. And like I said, I was focusing more on my chips than I was the match. But I'll say one thing about this match. It offered probably one of the very few surprises of the night, with Ryback losing. Mark Henry won this match, and I thought for sure that Ryback was going to take this, because I said in my predictions I think he needed to win more, and I still think that. But no, they went ahead and gave Henry the win. But then they had Ryback do the shell shock to Mark Henry right after the match. So what was the point? I don't know. Yes, it wasn't really a great match. It wasn't terrible, but you're not going to miss anything if you never watch this match in your life. So, next up we had the WWE Tag Team Championship, Team Hell No, or Team Friendship for you cool kids. Daniel Bryan and Kane defending the titles against the team of Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. This was... I think I was disappointed with this match the most. It was good for the time it was given. I mean, really, they gave these guys only about 6 or 7 minutes, and that's a crime. This match deserved to go at least 10 minutes. I mean, just Daniel Bryan and Ziggler alone can tear the house down. You know? And Kane and Big E, that's a big power matchup right there. And the stuff they did was, you know, with the time they were given, it was good. It was fun to watch. I'm trying to say it wasn't that, but they could have done so much more. But they weren't. They had that time taken away because we needed to give P. Diddy 10 minutes to kill time, and we had to, you know, whatever. Like I said, it wasn't a bad match, but they could have done so much more with this match. I mean, you're only giving Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan like 6 or 7 minutes to work. I mean, that's no, just no. Big E Langston did look impressive in his debut. I mean, he didn't do a whole lot, but for the short amount that we got him, he was pretty good. It worked. It was pretty cool. You know, this match reminds me of CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 26. That match only got like 6.5 minutes. No, excuse me. But for as short as it was still a very fast-paced, entertaining match, and that's how this match was. But you just know these four could have given so much more had they have like 5 minutes or so more. But they didn't. So fun match, good match, deserved some more time. All right, moving on. We had Chris Jericho versus, let me see if I can do this right, Fandango. Is that good? Does that work? All right. Anyway, so I said in my predictions video that this match, while we weren't really looking a whole lot forward to it, I think this match could have surprised people. It could have been a sleeper hit. You know, it had potential to be a very entertaining match. I should have learned my lesson last year when I said Sheamus and Daniel Bryan was going to be the sleeper match. Because this match was just... This match was a glorified Chris Jericho squash match that Fandango happened to win. And I was curious as to why they did this, because this was Fandango's big debut at WrestleMania against an established star like Chris Jericho, but you have Jericho totally dominate the match. I can probably count on one hand how many times Fandango actually had some kind of offense. He did not look strong, and he needed to look strong. Fandango really needed to look strong in this match, and he just didn't. I'm not blaming Chris Jericho. I'm just blaming the way this match was booked. You know, this is Fandango's big debut, and he should have. I'm not saying he should have totally destroyed Jericho, but he should have at least done a little bit more offense. I mean, that kick that he did to Jericho, and Jericho was going to the top rope, and he was on the outside, and he did that jump kick. I mean, that was cool. I mean, and he did do a couple of cool things, but he did a lot less than I expected him to. Like I said, after this match was over, the first thing I thought of was that was just a squash match. Chris Jericho just squashed him for 10 minutes, yet Fandango happens to win. Now, when I do my Raw thoughts from this past Monday, I'll talk more about Fandango and how this match may not have hurt him in the long run. I don't know, but yes, Fandango got the win, but he didn't look too convincing. Yeah, he won. It's good that he won. He needed the win. But again, how strong did he really look against Chris Jericho? That's all I'm saying. So yeah, up to now, these first 4 matches, the Shield match was good. Okay, I'll go ahead and say that was a good opener. But Ryback Henry, the tag title match, only giving them like 6-7 minutes. Fandango just getting squashed. This has been a pretty uneventful WrestleMania thus far. You know, the undercard it didn't deliver. It didn't deliver. One match delivered. One match delivered to its fullest potential. The others didn't. I got 4 more matches to talk about. Well, 3 big matches and 1 mid-card match with a major title being defended on it. Can these 4 matches pick up this show? We'll see.